Hello, I'm Edward Current. In case you haven't noticed, the United States is slipping away. Our great country is now being controlled by a basketball-playing socialist from Kenya and a woman from San Francisco. That's right, folks. We Christian Americans need to take our nation back from these non-real Americans. Well, you know, whenever I'm not sure how to proceed, I always ask, what would Jesus do? And it turns out, Jesus would be a teabagger just like me. In fact, he would teabag with all 12 of his apostles. Because, like my pastor says, Jesus believes in the prosperity gospel, which means that faith and work produce abundance, wealth, riches, something that can only be destroyed by socialism and free handouts. Now, I know what you're thinking, that Jesus said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to enter God's kingdom or whatever. But that does not mean heaven doesn't want rich people. No. What it means is that if you have so much faith that Jesus makes you rich by the time that you die, then anything is possible. Even a camel doing that crazy needle thing. Yeah, I can't believe how often that verse is misinterpreted. You might also say, well, what about Jesus' miracles, right? And yes, it's true that Jesus fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. But that was not a free handout. He was just demonstrating that extreme faith can produce extreme abundance. And yes, I know that Jesus cleansed lepers, but that had nothing to do with affordable health care. He was showing that cleanliness is next to godliness, and prayer and miracles are way more effective than any government-run takeover of taxing and spending. Look, government programs are putting our country into debt, and the Bible is very specific about this. In Deuteronomy 15:6, God tells America, "You will lend to many nations, but you will not borrow." So if we borrow money from China, well, it better be for something important like war. Hey, those Muslims in Iraq and Afghanistan don't just kill themselves, you know. Us conservatives believe in conserving money so that we can buy more bombs and ammunition, you see. I mean, we have to pay for all of our troops stationed overseas who keep communism out of countries like Guam and Cuba, right? And that's way more important than things like healthcare and poverty relief. Admit it. Nowhere in the Bible does Jesus mention anything about helping people who are lazy, homeless, or destitute. He only talks about helping the poor. Checkmate. Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna get in my car that I got through Cash for Clunkers and take the interstate downtown to the city park. Yeah, the police department is putting on a benefit show for local schools, and I'm doing a skit about how we need to get all government programs out of our lives. Good night, and God bless America.